Hello everybody, today I'm doing an unboxing demo of the Pickaso guitar bow. I saw this being advertised online recently and I just immediately thought it would be something that was cool to check out. I haven't seen anything like it before. It's basically a tiny guitar bow and you would play it like a violin or something like that. I'm pretty sure it only works for steel string guitar. That was the only demos that I saw working, and I'm not sure that nylon would work with a bow like this, but we'll try it out just to see what happens. So yeah, here we go. Alright, I'm unboxing it now. It says learn the rules like a pro so you can break them like an artist. It comes with a nice little pleather white carrying bag here to protect it, because I imagine the fibers of the bow are a little bit sensitive, so you want to be mindful about it. They give you a sticker. A little bit of a user's manual, quick start guide, which many of us choose to not acknowledge. This is nice. They include here a little cloth, probably for cleaning it, maybe also for just cleaning your guitar. It's a black nice black cloth for washing. So now here I got the bow itself and some rosin. Rosin is a material that's used for brushing the bow with, and that helps to create some friction so that it works better against the instrument. So there's a little case of rosin here. And looks like some kind of a file here. I'm not sure exactly what this is for. I'm sure the instructions will tell me. Alright, so here is the bow itself. It's a really nice size. I like the weight of it. I like how it feels in my hand. I guess it'll be for right-handed or left-handed players. You can just flip it over. It doesn't really matter. And there's a little space here to tighten it. If this part gets loose, it looks like you can tighten it. It would have been nice if they would have included the tool to tighten this, but I don't see it in the box unless I missed it. I think first I need to put some rosin on it to make sure that it works. So you're going to just grind it like this, a little bit on both sides. You need this chalky powder that comes off from the rosin in order for the strings to have friction with the device, same way that a cello bow or a violin bow or a viola bow would work. So I'm just going to be liberal with it since it's the first time I'm using it. Alright, so this is my first time trying to use the Pickaso Bow. Alright, that's a sound. I think I still have too much of the rosin. I was probably too liberal with it. It's coming off white on my hands. It's pretty cool. Yeah, works as expected. It's starting to settle in a little bit. I guess that's why they give you the cloth, to wipe off a little bit of the excess. It's a little hard to switch between strings quickly, at least my first time trying, because I need to withdraw it and find the space. However, I can immediately hear that this would have some great potential for, especially maybe recording, getting some cool sounds with long sustain, really spacey effects. if you're producing music and recording at home, you might be able to get some interesting sounds. What's kind of nice is if you go between two parallel strings, you can kind of go right up against the other one after the other. So that's kind of a nice effect. There's a little plastic piece sticking out on the side here. Looks like you can use it just like a guitar pick if you want to switch while you're using it. And then you can switch back to the bow. So in just a few minutes of having opened it, I can say that I like the weight of it. I like the fact that it has a guitar pick built into it, so you can switch to that type of playing without having to set it down and pick it back up again. It's also creating some pretty cool sounds that I've definitely never made with my guitar before, so that's inspiring. I can definitely see it opening some doors for creativity for people, especially because the guitar tends to die out its sound unless you're electrified. So this will allow you to create notes with a little bit more of a ring and a sustain. The low strings are starting to sound a little bit more like a cello. And like any bow, if you play it with a little bit of a slower stroke, you're going to get the note to last longer. If you go too quick, you're going to run out of bow to use. But if you can manage to keep the sound resonating but go a little slower, you'll get more duration. I imagine with a little time getting used to the positioning, the posture, how to glide it against the string, and exactly how much rosin that you need to make it function well, it'll be a pretty cool tool. And it's definitely capable of making some sounds on the guitar that are not possible with a pick or with your fingertips. So it's the first thing of its kind that I've seen. It was about $75 on their website. I think they were back ordered, and because of that they were offering a discount at the time that I purchased it, but it's somewhere in that ballpark. And it's a pretty beautifully made, solid piece. It feels good. It feels sturdy, good weight. It has some nice inlays. The colors are really nice. It comes in 3 different design types with different colors for the inlays and the handle piece, so you can select what's aesthetically pleasing to you. And yeah, if you have a little extra money to kick around for a toy and you want something that's manual, meaning not just an electric device like a pickup or an effect or some other modification for a pedal, yeah, this is a really unique thing you can carry with you anywhere. Go to the beach with it. Let's try it with a nylon string guitar and see if it works. I'm getting some sound out of the nylon string guitar, but it's definitely not responding the way that the steel string guitar was, or the acoustic guitar. So it seems to me that it's not designed to work with nylon strings, probably because of the way that the friction between the material of the nylon and the hairs I assume that this is made out of horsehair. I don't actually know, but a lot of times instrument bows are made out of horsehair. Or at least it's some synthetic fiber that is emulating that. I assume it will work on the steel strings of the nylon guitar, the ones that are wound, the lower ones. Yeah, it's really not working as well as with the steel guitar. So I would say if you're intending to buy this to use it with a classical guitar, a nylon string guitar, do not get it for that reason. It's not going to work. It's also important to note that this tool will not work on an instrument without a sound hole. I can't enter into the instrument here, so it's just not going to work on this archtop hollow body guitar. And for the same reason, it's not going to work on an electric guitar, like a Stratocaster, Telecaster, Les Paul, something like that. You need to be able to penetrate into the sound hole of the instrument with the bow. Yeah, so all in all, the Pickaso Bow is a really cool, unique sounding, well-built tool that is one of a kind. I haven't seen anything like it for guitar. It's going to open some doors to some new sounds for you. It is strictly for the steel string guitar player, so if you have a traditional acoustic guitar, it's going to work well for you. Pretty much any other type of guitar is not going to work. So that is a limiting factor, but it's just because of the technology of the friction and how it has to work. So I recommend it. I also have with me this pretty obscure instrument. It's called a psaltery, Psaltery, and the psaltery is also a bowed instrument. So I actually got this instrument in the mail before I got this bow in the mail. I didn't know that I was going to be receiving this instrument, and then when I found out it was played with a bow, I was like, great, I can test it and see if this bow will work on a totally different instrument. Normally, this instrument is played with this bow, and it sounds like this. Pretty beautiful sound. So I'm curious if this bow will also work on this instrument. So let's see what happens. It works excellent. So I'm really happy with that. I'm glad that it works. It makes sense that it should, because these are also steel strings similar to what's on an electric or acoustic guitar. And the technology is almost the same. The shape's a little different. They're obviously different size, but it's going to work for both. So what that means is you may be able to get experimental with some other instruments you have, or if you're interested in using an instrument like a psaltery, which you might not have heard of before. This is a really beautiful instrument. So another reason to be happy with the purchase. Alright, that concludes my video for the Pickaso Bow for guitar. Great product. If you liked what you saw, hit like on this video, subscribe to my channel. I have lots more teaching videos for guitar, performances, and links to my music. So thank you. Peace.